Hey guys, we thought this would be a fun topic. We love posing what if scenarios, and we've done so with dinosaurs, but let's do a little crossover with Jurassic Park and the Alien universe. At the time this video was made, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was not out yet, so the only hybrid we knew the most about was the Indominus Rex, the supposed first hybrid. Also, check out our card above on the theory that it might not have been the first hybrid in the Jurassic Park universe. Okay, moving on. We want to imagine a scenario where the Xenomorph XX121 and Indominus Rex face off in a battle. Who would win? Let's start with some bio. Let's introduce Indy, the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. The I-Rex is a carnivorous, 40-foot tall, 50-foot long hybrid dinosaur with the DNA of several theropods, including Tyrannosaurus rex, Carnotaurus, and Giganotosaurus. It gets its intelligence from its velociraptor DNA. Indy has the ability for thermal invisibility, meaning she can hide or alter her body heat to avoid being picked up via heat signature. She also has enhanced intelligence and the ability to camouflage. She has the ability to communicate across different species of dinosaurs, specifically those with whom she shares DNA. But this won't really help in this case because she's the only one that will be facing off against a xenomorph, and it is not a dinosaur. However, she's still somewhat of an inexperienced dinosaur, but for the sake of this video, we're going to pretend that she is still alive and had experienced everything up until the point she got taken by the Mosasaurus in Jurassic World. She can be incredibly aggressive and will kill anything she sees as prey or an obstacle. It is quite possible that Indy only went on a rampage and a killing spree because she had been contained in her paddock for so long, and it's likely that she might not have been exhibiting her natural behavior, the behavior she would have had if she had been naturally born in the wild. Indy can run up to 30 miles per hour and so far is thought to not like water and possibly cannot swim. Now let's introduce the Xenomorph from Alien. The Xenomorphs are spectacular creatures and don't have set stats since their physical appearance wholly depend on the host from which they burst out of. The offspring Xenos that burst from out of that host will take on the traits of that host. They're like Nintendo's Kirby. For example, if they erupt from a dog, they'll be a quadrupedal creature with the ability to run really fast and possibly a good sense of smell and hearing. But for the sake of this video, let's talk about XX121, the one that takes on the humanoid form as a result of using human hosts, the chestbursters. These aliens can live anywhere, are 6 to 7 feet tall, with highly corrosive acid for blood, and are extremely intelligent and adaptable. They're also very fast, and can probably run up to like 50 to 60 miles per hour. They can, in a short time, through observation and experience, learn how to operate basic machinery and outsmart their prey or enemies. They have very long prehensile tails and can also be used as a stabbing weapon, as they have a knife-like protrusion on the tips of those tails. They are extremely aggressive, with almost unending stamina, and are known well for their peculiar inner pharyngeal jaw. This little weapon shoots out of their mouth like a bullet, and it's capable of cutting straight through metal, like the pistol shrimp. The Xenomorphs also have very versatile hands like that of their human hosts, and can grab an object or prey, hold it down to disable it, and then destroy it by striking it with their metal-busting eel jaw. Their claws are also very sharp. Okay. Also, they are excellent swimmers, and I didn't know this until I watched Alien Resurrection. And they can detect their prey via heat signatures, pheromones, and electromagnetic sense, so even if they are in the water, they can still detect you. Both creatures, both the Indominus Rex and the Xenomorphs, will attack humans right away, and both have the ability to overpower creatures larger than them. Xenos are highly social and live in a sort of hive, while the social instinct of the Indominus seems to be opportunistic. Both are good problem solvers, but maybe the Xeno is a little bit more so. Okay, maybe a lot more so. Now, what you've all been waiting for. The meetup. Let's make this as reasonable as possible and put the two in a moderate area, such as a temperate forest with a large cave nearby. Indy hears something and heads closer to the cave. She's large enough to fit in, but her back scrapes the top. Before she can make her way deep into the cave, something shrieks and jumps out at her, clawing at her face and eyes. She leaps back with amazing speed and shakes her head profusely, using her long forearms and sharp claws to remove the assailant. The Xenomorph is thrown to the ground but gets up immediately. It menacingly crouches on all fours, lifting its tail like that of a scorpion ready to attack again. The Indominus Rex releases an intimidating and menacing roar. The Xenomorph returns the favor and runs on all fours to make an impressive leap onto Indy's back. Indy roars and shakes while the Xenomorph releases its weapon. It makes use of its powerful inner jaw to strike Indy's back over and over again while using its tail to stab her simultaneously. Because the Indominus Rex has an amazing tolerance to pain, she does not slow down, but uses the nearby trees to try and get the Xenomorph from off her back. Lastly, she tries rolling over, which dislodges the Xenomorph from off her back. Blood pours down from her dorsal side as she locates her prey, or her enemy. She cannot communicate with this creature, and as thick as her hide is, it's still able to penetrate through her back. Luckily for her, it missed her spine. Quickly, the Indominus Rex retreats into the trees and goes into camouflage mode. She hides her thermal signature so that she's basically invisible to the creature. The Xenomorph runs after her and is unable to detect her heat. She's amazing at staying quiet, but there's one thing that Indy cannot hide from the Xenomorph, and it's her smell. As the Xenomorph sticks its inner jaw out around in the air while making hissing noises, it turns its head in her direction. It shrieks out and runs towards her body, but she's ready for it and leaps onto her hind legs to then powerfully slam down her forelegs onto the creature. She's much larger than it and so is able to pin it down quite easily. The Xenomorph turns its head sideways to puncture one of her paws. The I-Rex angrily lashes out at the Xenomorph by putting a large gash in its head with her left paw and slams down its head to keep it in place. But she's met by an intense burning sensation. Where she made the creature bleed was this burning fluid coming from out of it. Now it's on her paws and some had splashed up onto her chest and forelegs and is now eating through her flesh. She's feeling pain but has a high pain tolerance, and she wants the thing to die. The Xenomorph uses its tail to try and slash at her underside. She raises herself up a little bit to avoid her soft underbelly being punctured by the Xenomorph. She's strong enough to be able to hold it in place, but because she has advanced intelligence, she knows now that because this thing emits acid when it bleeds, that if she bites down on it, she could really hurt herself. She tries to figure out a way to kill it without making it bleed, because apparently its blood can really hurt her. Meanwhile, its blood is still eating through her skin. The pain becomes unbearable as it eats deeper into her flesh, without any sign of ceasing. The Xenomorph, also having spectacular intelligence, realizes that the only way out of this is to commit self-destruction. With its body pinned to the floor, the only thing that it has free is its tail, which it then uses to puncture itself. It stabs its own body with its tail, and then uses its tail as a whip to flick the acid blood onto Indy's body, and some onto her face. The pain becomes too great and Indy releases it, trying to get away. The Xenomorph wastes no time and gets up, even though its shoulders are broken, and is able to run on its two back legs, jump onto Indy's back, and quickly bite into her with its eel jaws so that it can hold on tight. It then slashes its underside from its throat all the way down to its groin, which pours out its acid blood onto the Indominus Rex's back. Indy roars in pain and runs for her life. She doesn't get very far, for the acid eats into her spinal cord and disables her. Paralyzed, she falls down, still alive. The Xenomorph drags itself towards her head and, as a last act of defiance, slams its jaws into her head, killing her instantly. The verdict of this battle for us is that the Xenomorph won hands down. Indy put up a good fight, but this was just a one-on-one battle with the Xenomorph. The Indominus Rex was able to overthrow the Xenomorph with her weight, but what the Xenomorph had going for it was its amazingly resilient, tough armor-like exterior and its acid blood, which it always uses as a last resort. Also, because Xenomorphs are hive animals, they will always choose self-destruction as a last resort because, well, somewhere there is their queen who is responsible for making even more of them. So what did you guys think about our face-off theory between the Xenomorph XX121 and the hybrid Indominus Rex? I know that you guys have put in suggestions to other theory battles in our past videos, and we're just asking you to update them by putting them in this video in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I know that was morbid, but it comes with the turf. Anyways, this has been Altiori. You ask, we answer.